Hey everybody, it's Christine. Today I am up on Bella Boulevard with some Easter baskets, and I'm going to be using a variety of their collections as well as some cut files from Jamie Lane Designs to create these baskets. These are really simple to put together, and I think you'll pick up on that as we go. So I've got two different styles here, but they get put together the same way. They just have a slightly different look. So what I'm doing first is this pink one, and I am using the Plaids and Dottie collection from Bella Boulevard as my patterned paper choice, and you can see my base is just a solid pink cardstock. Now I am going to just go over each different part of the basket and add the patterned paper where it will show. And the cut file is set up perfectly to make this happen. So it cuts out, you can cut out the base, and then you can cut out the pieces that go above it, and also some embellishments. So it's really nice in that respect. All the work is done for you, and you don't have to cut it like, it doesn't cut just once for the patterned paper, so it thickens it a little bit by adding on that patterned paper to the cardstock base. Now I'm using my Easy Runner Grand, and you can see I've got two of them out there. Right now I am using the one with the dots, permanent dots cartridge, because I want to be able to get it on all the edges. Now on this one, the blue one, I'm gonna go ahead and use the regular permanent strips, and that's because I don't have all the round edges and stuff, so I can just do a very straightforward approach. I'm also using Plaids and Dottie on this one, but obviously I'm using the dots side this time, and I am using a blue paper. So both baskets are made of it, but the pink one's made with the plaid side and the blue one is made with the dot side. You can see both of them are just a nice soft pastel look, very Eastery, and you can see this is a little bit time consuming to put together, but not hard by any means. It's always a concern when you see like a 3D shape on Silhouette or Cricut, for me, that is it going to be really hard to put together, because sometimes they are pretty challenging to put together, but this one is not at all. And so I was excited about that because I wanted to do something 3D to share with you, but I didn't want it to be exhausting to put together. So this one definitely is not that. And like I said, she's got these two, but she's also got a few other options in the store, and I will link you up to those down below, as well as her blog post that shows you all of them and how to put them together. So you can see now I've got my pink and my blue one put together, and I've gone ahead and put that blue one together. Now I'm going to put the pink one together for you on camera. So what I'm going to do is just fold up the bottom, and you can see it cut the score lines for me, and you can tell that the bottom is going to be that part where I don't have the gingham or the plaid on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bottom two arms, and I'm going to just use an adhesive dot from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L, and I'm just going to put those top two together with an adhesive dot. And then I'm just going to go one by one, alternating sides, and add the next arm on. And so I'm going to do that from behind. I'm not really sure that it matters if you do it from behind or front, but what you can see right now is that it kind of gives it a curve. And so that makes for a really nice look to the basket in the end. It's got a little bit of a curve and a bend to it instead of being straight and rigid. So I've done the first side. You can see that took no time at all. And adhesive dots were my option here. I could have done like a wet adhesive or even just gone with a tape runner, but I felt like adhesive dots were going to be the strongest option and really hold things together well. The blue one was a little bit different because I was putting straight edges together. So where this one has the circles at the top and they just are very obvious where you put them together, the blue one is a little bit less concise, if you will, or precise. Yes, precise would be a better way to say that. It's a little bit less precise, but it gets covered up by the handle, so it really doesn't matter if you're lining those arms up just perfectly. And so you can see now I've got that all on there. And then what I'm doing is, because it's got that curved sides, some of my patterned paper is kind of, the edges, the corners are popping up a little bit. And so I'm just going around and fixing that with some scrapbook adhesives by 3L, adhesive dots, some mini teeny tiny dots, to just make sure those edges lay flat once the whole thing is finally put together. Next up, I'm going to add the handle, and there is actually a slit that gets cut on your machine for you to put the handle in, and I will just slide it in there and then secure it again with an adhesive dot to ensure that it stays in there. And then I'm going to attach that handle to the side. Again, I'm going to use an adhesive dot. I don't think that that's necessary, the next step where I added the adhesive dot to secure it to the side further, but I did want to tighten things up. So you can see right now I don't have it tight, and then when I just add that little dot, it just keeps it all in close together. Now, as I mentioned earlier, she does have some options for embellishments, but I'm going to go ahead and use some stuff from Bella Boulevard. First up, I'm using this lantern piece from the Ephemera kit, and this one is from the Wish Big collection. And what I did is I cut the lantern in half. It was a circular shape, and then I'm going to put it on white paper and turn it into an Easter egg. So just basically I cut it in half, and then leaving that white space in between changes it over to an oval from a circle, and I've got my own Easter egg. And if you saw my video a couple weeks ago, I did do Easter eggs with cut files from Bella Boulevard as well, so be sure to check that out if you want to see how I converted these lantern files into actual Easter eggs. Now I'm going to add some stickers also from the Wish Big collection to just make this look like a fun decorative Easter egg. And I'm going to bring in, again, lots of those pretty colors, those bolder pastels that aren't too soft but aren't overwhelmingly bold either. And now you can see, holy moly, I've got every embellishment in the world out. Not really, but I do have a whole bunch of Bella Boulevard stuff out now, just playing around to see how I want things to come together. Finally, I'm going to land on using one of these flowers, also from the Ephemera kit, and that way I play up that pink, but also I'm able to bring in more of the color yellow and some green. And I could have done this also with the chipboard, but I decided I really liked just the flatness of the cardstock. So I'm going to secure that Easter egg on there and add that flower on, and I have got the cutest little pink Easter basket. Now, carrying on, I'm going to do something pretty similar for the blue one. One of the things I like to do when I'm reproducing different projects and I'm doing multiples is that I like to kind of keep things the same general approach, but change up the colors, change up the embellishments, but still have the same design. So here you can see, once again, I'm making another Easter egg, but this time I'm making it to match the blue Easter basket. And same approach, I'm using a border sticker again, this time from the Wish Big Boy collection. And I am going to add that onto my Easter basket the exact same way, but instead of a flower, I'm going to use that cute little frog prints. You know, there's a lot of cute animals in Bella Boulevard's different collections. Unfortunately, I didn't have a ton of them on hand, so I decided that this frog would fit for an Easter basket. They have the snail in there, they have flamingos, so there's quite a few options. I also am going to add these little enamel dots on here, and those come in the heart hugs. I'm going to just add some white ones in to add a little bit of texture to my Easter egg. Now, the frog, this one is actually chipboard, so I unstickied him so that he wouldn't be sticky all over, because I'm going to have him offset, and then I just added a little adhesive there to stick him on there. And then now you can see I'm going to just add it on there with a couple of 3D foam squares, and I've got that one decorated. Now, I'm going to also create tags to go with this. I'm going to fill it with Easter eggs, and you can see all the final pictures here in just a minute. But very fun, very simple, and lots of cute stuff from Bella Boulevard to use. Thanks so much for joining me today, and we will see you again next time.